Joseph, would you say that would you say your mental health tends to be tied to how, ooh, I have hiccups, how busy you are?
Yes. Free time is my, that's what brings me the most zen, is having the time to do whatever I want instead of having things scheduled out to a point where it's like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, because then that's all I'm thinking about is all the things that I have to do that I haven't done yet. And if I don't have any of those, then I'm like, okay, my mind is free to wander and do whatever it wants to do.
Yeah. I totally get that. There is this one day, so one thing that I do to help manage my ADD and some of that stuff too is like I've got this thing, I think I've showed it before. It's called a boogie board. But this is like, it's like a little tablet thing and you can write on it, and then to erase it, you literally hit a button and everything erases. But like I make lists of tasks and stuff that I want to do. So like, if it's a Monday night, I'll write down everything that I want to do for Tuesday on there. And then Tuesday I can start marking stuff off as I did it or do it. But like, so Tuesday came and I had so many, I don't remember if it was Tuesday or if it was Wednesday. I don't know. There's one day this week I had so many voiceover things to do that took up my entire day, and I didn't get to almost anything on my list. And I was super bummed out about it. And I was just like, oh man, why do I get so bummed out about that thing when I still was super productive, you know, just in a different way than what I expected to be. So I had to kind of like do a little bit of self-talk with that stuff. But
yeah, I get that though. Like, that's why I had to stop doing Fiverr voiceover stuff, because you don't get to choose. You either do it or you get negatively affected by not doing it. And that's where, like, if I don't get to schedule my own work, then it's almost like I'm not self-employed at that point. I'm just, I'm a slave to whatever they throw at me. Yeah, I'm beholden to it. Yeah, it's not even like you get a grace period of like you can cancel this many per month and be okay. It's like, no, you cancel one and you get knocked down. Like I got knocked down from rank 1 or whatever to back to rank 0 because I had to cancel one because they mistakenly scheduled it when I had my vacation time on. Luckily, like it bumped me back up to 1 without me having to do anything else. But it's just annoying that you have to do it. And a lot of those aren't going to be fun. Like, I like doing the fun voiceover stuff, but I don't like doing ones that are just like dry reads of whatever crappy content somebody has. Yeah.
Hey, Scarlett.
Hey,
Dark Scarlett, welcome in. One of our teammates from Neurostar Nexus, or Next, blah, 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 blah. Hey, just forget that I can't speak English anymore. Neurostar Nexus. Good Lord. I was just watching a video the other day of some guy that could speak like all these different languages, and I'm like, how does he do that if I can't even say the language I was raised in? I can't even do that.
It's hard enough to speak English.
I suck. Scarlett, we're doing good. We're just doing a little mental health check-in real quick. One thing I wanted to say, like, just building on my little list thing that I do for each day, is like, this is something that Rochelle brought up to me, which is like, if I don't get done some of the tasks that I wanted to get done, but I did like other things that might not necessarily be the things I wanted to do, to write those on later and then cross them off, just so I can like prove to myself like, hey, you didn't do the things you wanted to do, but look at all the things you did do, and then you can cross those off. And then so I started doing that, and I started feeling a little bit better about like where my time goes and stuff, for sure. So
yeah, I guess it's interesting the ways we kind of have to trick ourselves into being okay, or at least convincing ourselves that we're okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I totally, you're 100%.
Because it's just like, it's first world problems, really, all of it. Because it's like, oh no, like I have to do a thing for money, and some people are out there like trying really hard to get jobs in general, and we're complaining about working and stuff. And it's when you start thinking about it on that level, or just on the whole cosmic scale, where it's like our problems are so small that kind of helps reel me in sometimes when I'm complaining about something. I'm like, why am I why am I being this petty about something so stupid? I'm very
When you
fortunate in
remember
so many ways. Yeah.
You're just a little bean on a blue dot in the middle of a gigantic cosmos.
A speck of dust.
Yeah.
Not even a bean.
Yeah, and you'll be gone in like an instant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
So-
give anyone
so it's like-
anxiety there.
Right. But it's like the point is
Oh.
like, why waste your time worrying about small things like that when life
Yeah.
is too short to just stay worried throughout it?
Yeah, I agree. It's true. It's a conundrum. And I think too, like, I mean, there are places like, especially as I say, the USA and Japan, where like you kind of get China too, you get sort of preconditioned to just work a lot, like work all the time. And then you kind of forget that there's like things outside of that. But it's like, as a culture, we're like taught from a very young age of like work, so you can be happy, instead of be happy and then you can do works, you know? So
Yeah.
it's super backwards.
I mean, whoever says like money doesn't buy happiness is wrong. Because of the way our culture works, money absolutely does, because money pays for therapy, nice things, and the freedom to not have to worry about not having money.
I mean, yeah, it's from a financial standpoint for sure. Yeah, absolutely.